Hey there, this is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and these are six wonderful non album Genesis songs. As always, you can find the song links in the comments below my talking head here. So, these span from the early 70s to the early 80s. There were so many to choose from. I could have even gone back to the very first album and chosen maybe One Eyed Hound or A Winter's Tale, or the unpublished, the never got a proper release in the day songs like Passity or Let Us Now Make Love or The Shepherd. But we're going to start here today with song number one, Happy the Man. And this is, of course, from the Peter Gabriel, Mike Rutherford, Tony Banks, Phil Collins, Steve Hackett lineup. And it's a great song. I even played it out a few times just on acoustic guitar, and it worked. But a great piece. And this was, as I recall, produced by David Hitchcock, who just recently died, and was from around the time of the Nursery Crime album. It's very much an acoustic number. Uh, there was at least one tour where this is what they used to open the shows back in those days, in like 72, maybe early 72. They opened some shows with it. Because as I recall, the way the shows were structured in that time, the band live went sort of from the softer songs and built as the show went on to the louder, kind of giant hogweed kind of songs. So beautifully sung, nice harmonies, wonderful acoustic guitar, wonderful everything. It was a B-side to, I forget what. Someone will come out and tell me, say, oh, that was the B-side of this, John. And you would be right. So it is, and by the way, I almost went with the other song from the time as well, Twilight Alehouse, which is one of my favorite songs. I will save that for another non-album thing. But this has been song number one, Happy the Man. Song number two is It's Yourself, which is the same lineup minus Peter Gabriel. This was a song recorded at the same time as A Trick of the Tail, and I've seen people put it together as it can go seamlessly pretty much into the song Los Endos off Trick of the Tail. Also, it sort of closes on the same notes as the beginning of Madman Moon. So make your own Genesis mix. It is a song, in fact, about Peter Gabriel leaving Genesis. And it's another beautiful, ethereal, slow moving piece that drifts into backward stuff and all sorts of lovely landscapes before finishing. It was I'm glad I was able to find the version that actually finishes, because the then remastered, quote unquote, restored versions fade out that ending. They leave like about 30 seconds off of it, which is, or yeah, something like that, which is horrible. Don't do that. Give me the complete song. There's no reason to not do that. It's a beautiful piece, and it is song number two, It's Yourself. Song number three is Pigeons. From this same lineup, uh, there was a Spot the Pigeon EP put out with songs that were not used for the wonderful Wind and Wuthering album, which was Steve Hackett's last album in the band, studio album. And today we're going to get two of those. Could have put all three. I love all three. But Pigeons always spoke to me. It's funny because there's this little one note dee 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 that goes pretty much through the whole song on guitar. While there's, I remember sitting down and figuring it out once. There's like 100 million chords going through because it's like, all right, and this has happened before within Genesis. If you think about Supper's Ready and the Apocalypse in 9/8 section, Hackett and Rutherford are doing the same motif that Banks is playing all over on keyboards. Sort of the same thing here. Dee 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 dee, and a very kind of a straight rhythm through most of it, a little played around with on drums, but a nice flowing, bouncing bass line from Rutherford, and wonderful, wonderful keys from Tony Banks, vocals, of course, by Phil Collins, all about pigeons crapping on stuff. There you go, and trying to get rid of them. It's a funny thing. It's a fun song. It's rare that you get a fun Genesis song during that period. So it's nice to have, you know? It's just a bit of fun, folks. And it is song number 3, Pigeons. Song number 4 is Inside and Out from the same Spot the Pigeon EP. This is a long piece that really should have been on Wind and Wuthering. And thankfully I got to see Steve Hackett and his band play it live on one of the last times I saw him live, because I don't do shows anymore. And it's beautiful. It's a story song about a man wrongfully accused of rape and sent to jail. And the story shows you that he did not do this. And so it's Inside and Out, because that's the inside. That's, he's getting to be thrown inside in jail. And then it goes to the instrumental part, which is sort of his celebration of feeling free after being out of this ordeal. And it's got some beautiful 12-string work, wonderful, wonderful keyboards, bass, and guitars, and drums, and all of that. This is like just a fantastic A++ Genesis song that was shamefully left off. I mean, however, what do you leave off of Wind and Wuthering, says I. It is song number 4, Inside and Out. By the way, I used to play the inside part once or twice when I did acoustic stuff out at like coffee houses and stuff. And I remember playing it out once, and the person running the place came over afterward and asked me who wrote that, because he thought it was such a good song. So that was song number 4, Inside and Out. Song number 5 is Evidence of Autumn. Now we're down to Phil Collins, Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford. And this was a leftover track from Duke. Very much a Tony Banks track with 100 million chords. A beautiful song about a failed relationship. And so much beauty within it. A dark beauty. It, to me, is always, again, Evidence of Autumn is a perfect title because it has a very autumnal feel to it. Very, you're heading out of the warmth of summer and into the coldness of where autumn goes. And it has that kind of feeling and a bleak melancholy to parts of it. Beautifully, beautifully played. Superb. Another one of, I don't know what you would take off of Duke, you know? I mean, that's the thing with some of these things. You go, it's tough because what do you leave off to put this? I mean, I know, and at the time, this is a long song, so while I would have replaced, say, Misunderstanding, which, you know, was a huge hit for them, this wouldn't, it wouldn't have fit on the album time-wise, so I understand. But it is song number 5, Evidence of Autumn. And we finish up with song number 6, which is You Might Recall, which takes us to a year later, as they are. This is a reject. It's hard to say reject. Something that was left off the Abacab album and is superior to most of that album. It's a beautiful song. It's another. Hey, this was not um, a relationship that worked out well, which happens. I think many of us can relate to that. Most of us can relate to that. And it has this nice little ding, 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 ding kind of thing going on in parts of it, and it goes very interesting places, and keeps this kind of has a beautiful hollowness to it. I would say, and I just did say, um, it's a very much like Evidence of Autumn. It's a very introspective piece about someone. What are the lines? Did I act? Is it? Did I act carefully? Did I do right? Um, it's again about something that it didn't work out, and you're reflecting back. That's why it's you might recall. Um, a beautiful piece. It is song number 6. It is you might recall, and these are 6 wonderful non-album Genesis songs. I hope you give them a listen. I know that some of my friends are familiar with most, if not all, of these, and they understand my deep love. It's tough for me to relate how much all of these songs mean to me, but these all really connect with me in different ways, and they're just things of beauty. So I hope you find that same beauty. I hope you enjoy these, and I love you, and I will see you the next time. Bye bye.